It's going forward, it's Stuart St Clair, and we have a joy. Music, often called something that is celestial. Well, it's true of my next guest. Estelle Rubio is everything you could possibly imagine from a celestial being if they were involved in music. Here she is, live on the show. Welcome, Estelle, you celestial creature.
I love that. That's the best introduction I think I've ever had. Yes, I feel very connected with that. Thank you.
Well, you're very, very active in all kinds of music, not just sort of the ordinary, as you say, mundane music, but things that you like to work with and bring people together because of it. Now, one of the things I know you're working on involves ladies' violin music and an extension from that. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, of course. So I'm working on a project which involves a pair of virtuoso, beautiful violinists who are incredibly talented, and I'm doing kind of the beats and the production and the music and kind of DJing, and we're about to start performing that live in the next couple of months. And it's so nice. I do a lot of work solo or in the studio. I work alone, so it's so nice to finally, be able to just work with some other women, and kind of the energy you create when you have kind of other, energies to make music with is fabulous.
Now, some would say that virtuoso classical violin music is not the everyday, shall we say, diet of most people listening to music. You have a secret agenda, don't you?
We do, because what we're doing that's unique is we're combining very modern, we're doing a lot of kind of cover songs, so we'll play a remix of something like Dua Lipa or Donna Summer, and then these amazing violin girls will then make arrangements and create their own arrangements to kind of fit in with that style. So people are kind of slightly hooked in going, I know that, but wait a minute, it's with a symphonic kind of violin sound. So it's a way to get people's interest, and also just introduce a new sound.
Yeah, it's certainly going to wake up some people, because there's no singing in most of the classical music that you're talking about. Yeah. Are you intending
I'm actually not going to be singing on this one. I'm going to be doing kind of beat programming and DJing and mixing and kind of creating soundscapes, that kind of thing. Obviously we want the violins to really be the focal point on this one. So it's nice to do a project for me where I'm less nervous because I'm not actually having to play something myself.
Now, when might this, because I hear she's rumoured that they are going to be live somewhere. Where
we do have a gig coming up, I think, in a week, but I think it's a private event, sadly, for this one. But as soon as I have something that people can come to, then...
Yeah, but the point is, if people know that you're out there, whether it be in a private house or whatever it may be, if people are getting ready, being prepped, but to say, look at what's coming... Yeah. The demand in these days is very much, if you can't find it, I want to have some.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the carrot trick.
Now, besides this, there's a whole wraith of other things that you're involved in. Tell us a little bit about some of them, because I know otherwise you'll be here all year. Lucky for me, but hey, you'll never get another piece of work done.
I think one of the things we connected about was the music that I make, which I found, because I do a lot of work in dance music, which is very high tempo, very high energy, very fast paced. I do a lot of work with kind of fitness and yoga practice. So I have done music for DVDs where people are working out and doing yoga and meditation. And I've also recently started creating music that kind of mimics the brainwave states. So I've been focusing on alpha, because alpha is a kind of very intense state that's linked to meditation, manifestation, and it's a very positive and aware state to be in. There's also delta, which is a much more relaxed state, so I've been focusing on those too, and I've been creating oscillations that kind of mimic the oscillations that we have naturally in our brains. Wow. And trying to kind of create music to encompass that kind of sound. So I've been working a lot on that as well, and potentially with Angelique we may be getting involved in a project as well together with that.
That sounds absolutely fascinating. What sort of prompted you towards looking at brainwaves as a source of music inspiration?
Well, I'm not totally unique and the first person to do it. I know a lot of people have tried to do it, and I've experimented with theirs and thought, I want to have a go at this. I think I could do something a little bit different with this. So when I do it, I try and create a whole space. So I do one about kind of outer space, and it kind of sounds like you know, you're in the music of the spheres and there's kind of weird clangings and whistling. So I try and create
the clangers, you
the
TV
yeah,
program where they all whistle. They
got a bit
are
old for that
real.
one.
They're real. You're far too young to remember the clangers, darling. Yes, but so.
No, but I love music is healing fundamentally. I think it brings people together. It kind of has natural resonances and vibrations. And I think after I worked with the yoga music and saw how beneficial it was for working out and meditating, I just thought, you know, where else can I kind of grow this area? And for me, it's really valuable. Sometimes I'm working on, you know, some of the more relaxation, and I'm literally like, oh, totally kind of woozy, sending myself to sleep and waking up after an hour going, where have I been? Yeah, so it's much more journeying and free-flowing music, whereas with other music I do, you often have to be more commercial or think about the dance floor. So it's
Now, you're very involved in all kinds of music, as we said. What are have you got some projects that you can tell us about a little bit about in the forthcoming months that we can look out for Estelle being involved?
I have a few releases that will
Okay.
be coming out in the next kind of 3 to 6 months. Again, because I do a lot of work out in Ibiza.
Yes.
I'm very into their style of music, everything from the relaxed
You just
Cafe
like the
Del
sun
Mar.
and the beach.
You know what I do? I really do like the sun and the beach and the nice warm climate. So I tend to do a lot more live performances in summer when I can do it outside. I think it's wonderful when you kind of play music outside along with birds singing along with things like that. I've had 4 choruses as well. Once.
Have you really?
Yeah. I was going, no, they're actually singing along.
Pete Tong, eat your heart out. Estelle's had birds singing to her set. It's all gone Pete Tong.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean a lot of you know, live performances coming up for the summer. This tends to be my hibernation phase where I kind of create little things in the studio, and then from kind of April then I tend to start releasing.
What made you decide to take a career in music? Because there's a number of things you could have done.
Yeah.
What made you decide that music's the way I want to
I don't know, my father's a musician, so I think just in the blood I kind of inherited melody of sorts.
Because you do like to create your own sounds and music, things that you want to do. Much more than a number of musicians that I know who are happy to sing along or produce other people's work. So this must be something innate in your makeup that says, I want to create music, I want to enjoy bringing music to others and whatever it is that makes you create it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point because I often get opportunities to do certain types of work and I know they wouldn't fulfill me in a certain way either because I wouldn't have the control.
She's picky.
Very picky, yes, I am. And you know, like I said, I like to balance it and, you know, I do some more of the relaxed work, do some more of the up-tempo work. I don't think I could be in the dance music industry, kind of, you know, in a club like that, doing that kind of music all the time, even though I love doing that kind of music and it kind of wakes me up and invigorates me and it's great to work out and do aerobics.
You need to put it back in the box and then...
Yeah, put it back in the box and then go and open the other box. This is probably my problem. People are like, so what kind of music do you make? I'm like, music? It's very hard to...
Yeah, but
define.
Lots of the things you're doing seem to be evolving from things other than the dancing and the shows that you do in Ibiza. It seems to be evolving from what you did last, say meditation or perhaps something to be doing tantra to. All of a sudden you'll get something else that comes along. So it's almost like a stream that's leading you along by the hand and saying, Estelle, let's have a look at this, and then you go and have a look at it and you produce an Estelle vision of what that is.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I like your metaphor as well for a kind of stream of, because I think, you know, you meet people. I spoke to you about the brainwave music and Angelique, and then she has a project which was light therapy, which we may be able to combine things with. And you know, one thing I love about music is you can collaborate with people.
Yes,
you know,
yes, very much.
You create such different music just by the very nature of creating something with a different musician. So there's a kind of endless
Well,
variation.
strange enough, just by changing the chord, the whole thing sounds completely different.
Exactly.
And you've always thought, I created it, it's in D, it's always been in D.
Yeah.
And someone puts it in G all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, even DJs are doing that all the time because they're constantly playing around with the tuning and pitch of songs, you know, and making them.
They are now,
Yeah,
because the turntables, or
Yeah.
sorry, CD players have so
CDJs,
much variability in pitch, tone, speed, all that kind of thing. Originally, when the 1200 came out, it was only slightly variable, not the 5.5 that it is now. But we digress. I do not want to go back to doing dancing here on the settee, because you are full off.
Another thing I'm doing at the moment is a lot of Latin music, which is...
Well, it's not surprising with your looks, is it really?
Yeah, I'm obviously of kind of Latin heritage. My father is Spanish. So I've been kind of singing in Spanish, which is a whole nother...
Oh, Estelle,
a whole nother me,
we got to hear this.
Yeah. I know, I need to should put my guitar really. I'm kind of feeling...
No, we are going to obviously do live unplugged. Estelle comes back before she pushes off to Ibiza. We're going to have I think we'll have some of this you singing in Spanish.
A little bit of guitar.
That would be that would be marvellous.
Yeah,
absolutely
I can do that. Yeah. So
And
I mean, I love...
Are you
Latin
doing
music.
anything that people come and see you at in the short term future, like the next couple of months, that they can come and talk to you or collaborate or want to buy your album to think, Estelle Rubio, I want to...
Not literally in the next couple of months, sadly, although I'm hoping to do some live performances. But like I said, it's a little bit of a studio time at the moment, and I'm trying to wrap up projects which then you kind of pitch and end up with the live performances.
Okay. So, watch this space. Estelle Rubio, she will be back here, trust me, more than once before she, in those famous words of the man, sods off to Ibiza. Thank you so much. It's been a joy.